Hi everyone. On the issue of tattoo, before you form an opinion on tattoo, I'd like you to watch those teaching carefully because I found it inspiring. It is not about judgments, but the truth.
Picture of you in the palm of my hands. This is God. Because we got that tattoo, God has tattoo. You just did Google search for Leviticus, which is not it.
Walk on it. Hallelujah. Some of you would think it does not matter. A gentleman sent me a text and said, what do I think about tattoos? I said, if you have it before you were born again, there's nothing that can happen. But if by the time you are born again and you still want to do all of these things, you see, all things are lawful, but not all. In the kingdom, it's not all about sinfulness and righteousness. There are times it's about foolish and wise. There were 10 virgins, they were all virgins, and yet as virgins they still suffered because 5 were foolish and 5 were wise. Are we together now? If I draw a mouse on my head now and I come to preach and I say it's my life, it's not my business, please don't feel bad. I'm just to touch on it and then we'll pray. Are we together? And you don't, I just tell you, will you believe if I'm praying for you? Let's not say these things don't matter and keep making a fool out of ourselves. No, sir. If someone did it in the past and the person has come to the fold, there's nothing we can do. Believers, let's be careful. Respectfully speaking, some of these things we ship from the West. I'm not condemning, but the West needs the mercy of Africa. God is shipping people to correct things there. The generation of people who have risen right now is a generation that does not respect God. Just because they are technologically advanced does not mean they are spiritually advanced. Don't trade your heritage or spirituality.
I know drug dealers are private jets. So we're going to cancel private jets now. What are you talking about? How is tattoo wrong is what you've not told me. What made tattoo wrong? Somebody painted their hand. The women doing microblading, you don't know it's tattoo. The women doing makeup. You know what's that? Is it hunu or what's that thing they call that some people outsiders use when they are getting married and they paint their hand? It's not tattoo. Africa, oh Africa. Africa, oh Africa, when will you wake up? With all the national issues going on, you guys made a fuss about my tattoo. With all the election is a few days. The people who owning the country have already started meeting and planning. The youths are bothered about my tattoo. I will do more. If it's paining you, go and get juice and other drugs and Panadol. I will do more. And I might even do dreads. Oh, you don't know there's a pastor in this Lagos that has dreads and has that. Are you out of touch? Are you out of touch? You think the younger generation are as boring as you? The day I entered my young adult church, nobody had normal hairstyle. Only me had, this afro, but no, most normal hairstyle. Everybody had something going on. Young adult, this is how they are creative people. They are not these boring people. Because your apostle or your bishop or whatever is, they are old. Don't mix that up. That's not Christian. That's personal preference. And nothing's wrong with your bishop or daddy or your papa. Nothing's wrong with them, but don't impose that. These young guys are not going to listen to these things you're saying anyway. I'm just the one helping you. The young guys don't care. Go and check. The real young guys, they have tattoos. All the young guys, they have dreads. I think they're waiting for you. And those are the people I'm sent to. Not you. You are ready to religious now. Yeah.
Paul said to the barbarian, I became a barbarian. You do things to help their faith. He said, food given to idol is not a sin. He said, but for the faith of my brethren, I decide to avoid it. Because he's dealing with young people who are not mature. However, if these people follow you and you can teach them and bring them to that level of maturity, you can enjoy yourself. Don't put any law on yourself that God is not putting. But if you are a genuine minister, your goal is to model God. And because of that, you have regard for modesty. Are you following? Some people talk about tattoo and all of those things. I don't have time to go into the doctrinal aspect. But what I can tell you is that if you had tattoo before you got born again, then you can't go and peel off your skin because you want to please somebody. But if you are now born again, you see that many people are hurt and offended by that appearance. Why not avoid it? Why not avoid it? So that the gospel cannot be hindered because of your desires. Meanwhile, I can prove to you doctrinally that you shouldn't do it. But that's not my message. I can show you doctrinally that you shouldn't do it. I hear people bringing lame conversations like you are imprinted in the hand of God, and Jesus had a mark in his hand. I said, what kind of door talk is that? Did Jesus go and write a mark on his hand? He was nailed to the cross. What are you talking about? Well, when people have appetite, well, that's not where I'm going. And I'm not attacking anybody that has it. Some people had it before they got born again. And of course, so. And God is using it because he's sending them to those who have it. And because they see, they can receive them. So I'm saying this thing so that you understand that this is not about scrutinizing and segregating or attacking. That's not the idea. But you see, you in modeling the ways of God, have regard for modesty.
So